So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. For the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. So you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. For the throne.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. I
All right. Volume check. Volume check. The Scarlet box is on. The microphone's on. I think we're good. I see green bars there. Mike, owning the float. How you doing, buddy? Welcome, Mike, to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk a little GameStop tonight. How you been, Mike? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Okay,
There
how
we
about
go.
now?
You were on mute for a second. All right.
I was on mute.
We had a little bit of microphone malfunction. My fault yesterday. I don't know if you caught that live stream.
No, actually it was I was busy yesterday. I didn't know the live stream until maybe 2 hours after it was done. I was caught up all day yesterday, so I didn't really see.
I don't normally turn my mic off because I don't want to make a dumb mistake like starting a live stream and then people can't hear me. But for whatever reason, the Scarlet box was off, the little booster for this mic, and nobody could hear me. And I wasn't reading the comments because I was just going off on a rant, for 20 minutes, Mike. And then I looked at the comments and it was like, can't hear you. I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Actually, I did see that you said you were. I did go through the comments. I heard something about the mic, and you said that you're going to edit that part out.
I did find it took YouTube overnight to process the live. So this morning I was able to go in and cut that out. The 20 minutes of blank noise and me just yelling at the camera. Anyways,
how hot is it where you're at?
It was in the 90s today. It's hot. It's hot and muggy. I rode my bike in the middle of the day yesterday, and man, I need to get back on the fitness thing, Mike, because middle of the day in the heat, trying to do some exercise, it was killing me.
Yeah.
But it's not brutal. It's not like over 100. And normally this time of year, 105 would not be unusual. I am reading the chat now. Yes, Kingdom for Legends.
Yes, and I will be reading the chat too as well. So if you want to talk some smack, let's go. Just kidding.
So let's see, Mike, before we get into the really heavy GameStop content, can I play the 3-minute video that I did on, I think it was Monday?
First of all, let me just ask you a question about that video. Did you just create the whole thing yourself?
I wrote the lyrics, Mike, which took me a while, at least an hour, to get something that rhymed halfway decently. I know it's not perfect. I'm not a songwriter.
It's great. It's good.
Got the message across that I wanted to get to kind of capture the zeitgeist of the GameStop community right now. I'm really capturing a community's feelings more so than my lyrics, Mike, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So that was the kind of the crux of the lyrics. How do I capture what everybody is saying right now and put it to music? Then I spent another 2 hours. Obviously, the singing and the music is AI, but I spent hours going through what is the right feel for this. And then it kind of hit me. No, we don't want tribal. We don't want samba. Let's go something, West Coast, like Regulators vibe. And that's what I had the lyrics and I just kept on listening to what sounds good to me. And that's what I ended up with.
Well,
and then,
before you play this, go ahead.
Then once I did that, then I had to go into another tool that I had never used before and create all of the video that brought the whole thing together. And that took another couple hours. So it was kind of an all-day project. I like to do this about once a year, Mike, just to see how AI is doing, how it's progressing, and just kind of sharpen my skill set too.
When I first heard it, the beat, just dropping the beat and then how it flowed got my attention like this, boom, like that. And I was like, okay, so now we're vibing. So I actually was driving around. I was actually running the errand. And so I actually had it banging in the ride for probably like on the loop of 3 cycles. So maybe a good 10 minutes, whatever it is. And I was like, all right, kid, that was pretty good. So
let's watch it real quick and then we'll get into, I appreciate the kind words. Let's watch it real quick and then we'll get into the heavy stuff.
Any kind words, that shit was good.
We don't question Ryan. GameStop invest.
I'm gonna start
we don't question Ryan. GameStop
Make sure you lock in.
Lock In is the name of the song.
Lock in. Wake up, check the chart, might be bleeding red, but those warrants are dead ahead. Our CEO Ryan, he's a smart man. Trust in him, he's got a plan. Don't call us fanboys, that's an insult. It's an echo chamber, bros, proud to be a cult. I'm GameStop, with GameStop are you? 2 trillion market cap in a year or two. 2 trillion. Are you understanding yet? 2 trillion. Come on, let's make a bet. 2 trillion. Yes, it's now in play. Did you forget? We own eBay. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We trust our CEO. Yes, Ryan. You know he works for free. That's right. He takes no salary. Lock in. Diamond hands never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell. That's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the edges bleed. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. 5 years later and the thesis still holds. Ignore the dilution, ignore what the price told. $20 billion headed our way. Half cash, half stock, yeah, we own eBay. Your question, Ryan? It's a paid hit piece. It's on the website, in the press release. Power to the player, stickers on the wall. I'm GameStop, with GameStop, hit the battle call. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys, we trust our CEO. You have to be all in, or you've already lost by your share every day, no matter what the cost. Lock in. Diamond hands never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell, that's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the hedges bleed. Ooh. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. We don't question Ryan. Ryan has a plan. $32 warrants. This is how you win wars. I'm GameStop. We're GameStop. Are you? If you have to ask, you're not. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. We own eBay. You were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We trust our CEO. Lock in. All in. GameStop. Can't stop. Won't stop. 2 trillion. Ryan has a plan. Pulse.
Given a little more familiarity with the video tool, Mike, I probably could have sharpened it up a little bit, but I didn't want it to become a 2-day project. So
I lost it when it said 2 trillion and the guy in the background's all 2 trillion.
yeah, I mean, there's literally people out there saying, Mike, to their audience that GameStop's headed to 2 trillion market cap. That I didn't make that number up. That's a lot of the lyrics came from the community.
The community or a YouTuber?
I'm just going to say the community to be nice.
I think it's some dumbass YouTuber, but let's keep going.
I'm trying to be nice, Mike.
All right. I take that back.
But whoever's saying it is 100% serious. And we're at 10 billion market cap for GameStop and 55 or so for eBay. So let's get into that. I'm going to put up a chart on the screen. We talked about AMC last night, so we're going to talk about GameStop tonight. All right, so just to recap, if it's your first time here, we're going to get into tonight why I have bought GameStop. I sold it back here. I've been a swing trader of GameStop for a few years. That's going to make people mad. That's a you problem. It's a fine, volatile stock to trade if you understand the company and you understand the chart. And the night that they announced the night that the eBay rumor hit, I already had some good till canceled orders up here at 26.75. That triggered after hours, and then I sold the remainder at 27.75. So I was completely out of the position on May 1st, and then I waited for it to come all the way back down. Why did I get out? Same reason Michael Burry told you guys a few days later why he was getting out. I was not looking for Ryan Cohen to pay a premium for a big company. I was looking for, use of cash on something that was cash flowing and buy it at a discount, maybe ideally in a market crash. But he had other plans, and that's cool. I support his plan to buy eBay, but I figured the price would come back down once kind of reality hit. And so it did. I bought back in on June 23rd. You know, we kind of let the chart tell us where the demand zone was. I did not buy here in June at the beginning. And when it came back down to that demand zone, I bought. And it went up a little bit back to the 200 moving average on the daily and back down again. And so I just added on the 24th, what was that? Friday. If you're in my Discord, I know a lot of people say, why doesn't Tony post his trades? First of all, I don't owe anybody here. Second of all, I'm not trying to influence anyone with my trades. I think it's a very weak sauce kind of thing that people do. Like, oh, look at my buys. Nothing against you, Mike. I know you post your trades in my Discord too, but talking about people who try and bully people into buying by posting their position. You know the type, right, Mike?
Yes, actually, I do have a question. Did you get out of GameStop because Michael Burry got out, or did Michael Burry
I
get
was
out
out
because you got
before
out?
Michael Burry. He followed me, Mike.
He followed you.
He read
That's
my
what I thought.
DD. He's in my Discord. I posted in my Discord that night in the VIP. I posted that night my exit on Monday. That's a paid room. On Monday morning before the market opened, I let everybody in the GME room know that I was out of the trade. That was 1st, 2nd, or May 4th. All of this is documented. You know, people say, why didn't you talk about it on YouTube till 3 weeks later? Because I don't want to mess with the crybabies, honestly. I'm
Right.
over the crybabies and the sniping and the girly men that get mad. He won't tell us his trades. He's telling us his trades. No matter what I do, it doesn't matter. So
Mhm.
I talk about it where it matters to my audience in the Discord.
You know, I got so like the options, you know, that I've been showing, even posting my position on options when it comes to X. And that was because a lot of people were just asking me, hey, how are you playing options? What's your ideas? Can you show us? And I got so many people just asking me the idea of, you know, the way of thinking for options or even having a plan. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get this position that just one time, and let me just go ahead and show it and put it out there, and that way
The
everybody
thing
knows.
is, Mike, I feel like that tends to make people leave when they see, you know, I've had a lot of good options trades on
Mhm.
AMC in the last 100 days also in terms of percentage. I've had one that was 100%, another was 400%, another 700%. But if I'm posting that, it leads people to make uh, maybe risk decisions that don't fit them. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why when I did it, because I remember I was going to say I was going to buy options, but I said there's going to be a time frame in the window, and so I didn't do that because it didn't fit what I was looking for. The way the market was moving and the way AMC was moving, it didn't fit where I want to get in until a week and a half ago. Until I saw that little dip, and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm going to get in at. I didn't post about it. I didn't make a video about it. I just went ahead and just did it because I always tell people, and again, it's not financial advice, to do it 3, 4 months out to give yourself some wiggle room so you can roll some options. You can every average down or whatever you got to do, whether you have the capital or you hold your position. But I didn't want to influence people, so I just did it and posted it a couple of days later, and that was pretty much it. You know, when I exit, I'll tell everybody when I exit, and you already know I've spoken to some of this a couple of times that I'm looking at next week to exit. If we have a nice pop before then I'll exit then. But I might let the September's run a little bit. I think I have somewhere close to just under 700 options. So we'll see how it plays out. But so
On
far, people like what they see and understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, you know, certain people value transparency. I've posted my trades before, Mike, and then other people, you know, say it's fake. So you can't win in my
Yeah,
book.
I do that too. And people are like, it's AI. I'm like, okay, you
Yeah.
just asked me, I just showed you, and it's all good, you know?
Uh, Look, our DD here is what matters to me, and it is generally spot on. And I post my trades a lot of times before they even happen. Like I was going to say, this last trade you see in the bottom right that executed as the market closed on Friday the 24th, I posted it in Discord the 23rd. I said I
Mhm.
put in a good till canceled buy at 21.20. Maybe it'll fill today. It was midday on the 23rd that I posted that. And it just happened that it filled at the end of the day on Friday. I did not get the bottom. The bottom was 21.13. My order executed where I had set it.
Right.
So, that's just how it goes. And, if you're one of the crybabies wanting to see my trades, join the Discord, join the discussion. I'm very transparent, and I don't have anything to prove to anybody. If you don't believe me, then block me and don't watch the videos. It won't hurt my feelings. What we're looking for, Mike, is looking at the filings, management, motivations, the fundamentals, and the chart, and kind of putting all of that together into how do we get optimal outcomes. There's a lot of people in GameStop and AMC, Mike, that are hurting because they've been flat or they've been red for 5 years. And you don't have that in my Discord. It's not just me. There's a bevy of traders that are in GameStop or have been in it that have been trading it just fine because we let all the social media noise go. The bad DD, the yelling at people, the MOAS tomorrow, 2 trillion market cap. We just let all that go. Let the facts speak to us.
A couple of years ago when I was before I sold, yes, I did sell AMC and GameStop. And let me be very clear, I did short GameStop twice and made a killing, but hey, that's neither here or there, right? But I remember that I was telling people that doing nothing is still doing something. If you have a stock and you have a position, try to make moves every single day. I mean, sometimes just literally hang back, educate yourself, learn more about the ticker symbol, learn more about trading options, learn more about the stock market or how it plays out. What sections move, how does the money roll from one sector to a different sector, at what time of the year. It's like learn all these things in the stock market because over time you learn, you add a little bit every single day, you start learning, and then you come to realize you have a wealth of knowledge that if you just keep adding to it every single day, that over years, man, you're going to be pretty knowledgeable. And there's stuff that I don't care if you have an MBA or if you went to school for trading and stuff like that. There's going to be things that you're not going to be able to learn other than trading, like hands-on trading, because paper trading itself is not going to teach you how to trade. It'll give you the fundamentals, but when you have your own money at risk and the pressures, and then you're understanding like, hey, I got to make decisions whether to buy or sell or whatever you got to do. That's the real world experience. So you can always find a way to educate yourself. And there's a lot of people out there that that don't do nothing and just watch videos and looking for gospel. And sometimes it just doesn't work.
And there's nothing wrong with that if they're happy with their outcomes. Look, if you're in a trade and you're flat red or in the green,
they're all
if you're
jacked up.
happy with it, then keep on doing what you're doing. But there's a lot of people, Mike, that I see that are not happy. And in many tickers, they get frustrated and they get mad at the executives when, what did I start talking about here? We need to read the filings. We need to look at the fundamentals. We need to understand management motivations, because that helps drive your trading decisions if you're in it for a long-term hold. If you're just day trading or swing trading something, some of that matters less. But like some of these positions, and GameStop in particular, I will hold them for weeks or months. So I want to make sure I'm really dialed into what Ryan Cohen is thinking and how the bondholders, the convertible note holders, are running their trades, because that's a huge amount of money managing what happens to GameStop's price on a daily basis with bond hedging.
So tell me, why don't you think GameStop can reach a $2 million market cap?
Because there's no math that gets you there, Mike. You got to make up math, and I don't do that. But I am going to talk with you guys about where I think the fair value is right now, and why I bought. Why my cost average on this swing, it's been lower in the past, but on this swing, it's 21.20. I added on Friday. I had done some back of the napkin math last week, and I published it on X, and I asked the shorts to attack my thesis. Not many people have the balls to do that, Mike. I said, here's my math. Give me your best shot. There's no hard feelings. Because if they can attack it and poke holes in it, then I try and learn from that. But if they say, that's pretty reasonable, there's risk there, obviously, then I
Right.
feel like my numbers are pretty solid. Now, GameStop still is a risky play because we got the uncertainty of what happens with the eBay deal. But what we're going to talk about tonight is, first of all, I think that if the eBay deal were to get canceled, I don't want it to get canceled. I want to see Ryan have a shot at cutting cost on eBay and improving
Agree.
shareholder value for everybody. I'd like to see that happen. I really do.
I think
But
he'll do a good job once it acquires.
I think he would. But if the deal gets canceled or someone else buys eBay and swipes it out from under him, the little private equity comment the other day, what if that's a private equity firm offering 125 all cash? I don't know what it means. Maybe it's someone working with Ryan. Maybe it's someone working against him. But if GameStop does not buy eBay, I think the price immediately gets some move up, because that takes away risk, takes away concern. It takes away concern about loading the company up with a bunch of debt and paying a premium for another company that then is dependent on execution risk. I do think Ryan Cohen could do it, but I think it's going to take a year, 2, 3 for him to whip eBay into shape.
I agree.
So,
And just to be clear, I don't have any skin in the game when it comes to GameStop. I don't own any shares.
yeah, I understand you're not in the GameStop trade. You might have a lower fair value than I do right now, or maybe you're just looking at the chart. I try and put numbers to why am I buying here? Am I just swing trading it? That's one thing. Or do I really think that it is undervalued? And I do think if we just separate for a second the risk of the eBay deal, I think that there is a case to be made that GameStop is undervalued, even today at 21.84. And I'll show you that in the spreadsheet in just a second. But before we get into that, can we talk about the eBay deal for a second, Mike?
Sure.
You said you'd like to see that go through?
Yes, because I think that, again, I think GameStop long term can be a favorable company. I think they can do great things in the long term. Acquiring eBay, maybe fully controlling PSA, taking over the industry, the whole card industry, just because how it's run. If you have GameStop taking over eBay, running that super sufficient, making money on every single transaction, obviously it's globally, with cards, toys, and anything when it comes across eBay. And then if you take over, you take over the whole industry when it comes to trading cards, even the grading system, the grading of cards. If you can actually just dominate that and have complete control over it, I could see at some point GameStop becoming like the Amazon of just trading cards, or just a hobby in itself, right? And something like that, it's down the road years. I mean, um, would I touch GameStop now? By buying into it? No, you have a fair value for GameStop. To me, I think it's a shit stock right now. There's nothing good about it, whether they acquire eBay or not. It's a long term play. I mean, if I was to get in or even have a sniff the idea to put some money towards GameStop, it'll have to break under $15. And I know people say, well, it will never happen, and that's impossible. Okay, that's fine. But also to say AMC was going to break under $1 was also impossible too, right? And people say AMC was going to go down to 50 cents, and it didn't happen. I mean, anything is possible when it comes to the stock market. So
anything is possible. And that's why I'm going to say, Mike, to anybody who's yelling at their screen that I'm crazy for buying at 21.20. First of all, I've had 3 years of successful swing trading, so I'm way up on my overall GameStop trading.
Right.
I have profits to work with from GameStop. So I may be in a different position than someone. And second of all, this is just one trade of many. It is not my entire portfolio. And I've recognized the risk that Mike's talking about. If the economy collapses, the market crashes, GameStop buys eBay, and the market doesn't like the deal, and they punish the price, they discount the price, I have some potential downside risk. I realize all that. So for that reason, for managing my own risk, I manage the position size, Mike. There's not much I could hedge it. I could buy puts, but I'm not doing that. I'm managing the position size and I know what it could conceivably go down to. My number is not as low as yours, but it could be lower than $21. And, I think I can weather that out.
Right. I mean, but you're gonna average down. I mean, you're thinking you could become long term, or you could cut your losses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I could do either one, and I will wait and see how things unfold. The reason I haven't talked about GameStop too much in the past month or two is there's literally information flowing at us every day with all the interviews
yeah.
and the little leaks that they have on the newscasts, and Ryan switching from a derivative position to a long stock position. It's just so much change that I'm constantly having to reevaluate my analysis. So I do provide frequent updates in the Discord. I don't really see the value in me going on live stream every night talking about GameStop, about what I think is going to happen, when literally what's happening is changing almost on a daily basis.
Ryan Cohen doesn't care about the retail investor. You can take that however you want. Ryan Cohen cares about Ryan Cohen and his legacy. And however he gets to that mountaintop, however he decides to turn this thing around and become a massive company, Ryan Cohen's going to do what he's going to do without the retail investor in mind, as he should, because every CEO and person of the company or that runs the company doesn't give a shit about the retail investor.
I'm going to say it a little softer way, Mike, and this is really how I feel. He might or might not care about the retail investor. I'm not going to be that harsh.
Mhm.
He cares about the success of his company and growing his company. He clearly wants eBay. I have no doubt that he's trying to figure
100%.
out. A lot of people say this is a fake out. He doesn't really want it. I believe 100% he wants eBay. He has his eye on the prize, and he's going to pull out every
He'll get it.
stop to make it happen. That is what I believe. Now,
here's
I
the
know
point, though.
there's a lot of Ryan Cohen haters that hate him because of his politics or whatever. That's a dumb reason to not like a stock. It's
I
a
don't
dumb
dislike
reason to
Ryan
not
Cohen.
like a CEO.
Right. I don't dislike Ryan Cohen. I dislike Adam Aaron.
Oh, but
as
there's
we
a
all know.
lot of people, Mike, a lot of the Bears
Yeah.
don't like Ryan Cohen just simply because of politics. And I've said many times, I don't care about politics when it comes to stocks. Are they being a good manager of the company? And I
Well,
mean, Ryan's
I
done a
think
good job of turning GameStop around. There are
yes.
people that suffered along the way because of dilution, but he's set up the company now. And if you're intelligent enough to get out ahead of dilutions and buy when the moment is right, when things are lower, or maybe you got in when it was at $10, you're in pretty good shape. You're probably not mad at him.
Yeah,
But
Bears
there's a
don't
lot
like
of people
Ryan.
there's a lot of people, Mike, that keep on buying into the hype on the moves up, or they're
Right.
buying short-term call options, and it's
Getting
like a
wrecked.
ship hitting the rocks over and over. You have to learn from your mistakes. Ryan cares about growing the company. He doesn't care about a MOAS. He doesn't care about the shorts. He probably doesn't like the shorts, but he knows that fundamentals drive the shorts away.
Correct. And
That's
Ryan
the
cares
bottom line.
about he cares about acquiring eBay, like you said. If the retail investor gets hurt while acquiring eBay, no skin off his back. He's not going to lose any sleep.
He's
And
going to say to himself, well, you're going to need to hang on for 3 or 4 or 5 years
or
because
10 or
I'm
15.
going to turn eBay around. So
Yeah. And the Bears don't like him because when he goes on TV, or these hedgies or wherever you want to call him, when he goes on TV, he's not sitting there and giving you his whole game plan. He's always close to the best and just how special about everything. And so a lot of people don't like him because of that. Even the people that are invested long term, because they like to know what's the outlook or where do they see him going, what's he thinking. If he did that, GameStop would not be in a situation or in the position that it is today to acquire eBay if he got his whole game plan. So what he's been doing is rightfully so. He's been doing a great job in turning the ship, righting the ship, and keep going all the way down. If he keeps his mouth shut and just keeps moving up, I think he'll be fine. And acquiring eBay, I think it's inevitable. It's pretty much that's it.
Active Rehab says, even if the eBay deal doesn't go through, the company makes solid profits on the deal. Cash holding goes up. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, and we'll talk about that when I put up the spreadsheet here in just a second. I agree with you. Unless eBay's price tanks, even if, as long as what's his cost basis? 101. As long as it's over that, he's going to be fine. And if someone else buys eBay, I'll cash at 125. Ryan's going to be even better than he is today. GameStop will make a lot of money on the trade. Hallie, what's up to you up there in Canada, sir? He says, Hallie also is a trading card reseller, by the way.
Okay.
He says eBay is the main target because it fits nicely into the GameStop direction with sports cards and Pokemon. I agree.
The next one.
He doesn't get, oops, I'm trying to show. All right. He doesn't get eBay. PSA is next on the list because PSA owns Beckett and the Beckett Marketplace, but eBay is still the number one seller of cards. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the whole PSA thing develops over time too.
Well,
It is owned by private equity, and they probably would like to take an exit at some point, and that would be a natural fold it up under the tent of
I would
Ryan
like to
Cohen,
see him
GameStop,
acquiring
and
eBay and PSA. If he does that, GameStop is going to be an absolute freaking monster. If he can acquire both of those, it'll be game over. Just right the ship, and that's going to be just a money making machine. And anybody trying to short or do anything with GameStop, good luck, because you're going to lose every fucking nickel you got.
Mike, do you know who the main private equity investor is behind PSA or Hallie?
I do not.
Does the name Steve Cohen come to mind?
Okay.
You remember him from the 2021 days? Look him up if you don't know who Steve Cohen is. It's funny that Ryan Cohen's now doing business with him. All right.
Small world, man.
Yeah.
Private equity, small world. Why don't you try connecting the dots?
Yeah, I don't hate private equity like some people do. They're just doing their job trying to make money. Hallie says he gets eBay, then he can start to position better against fanatics. Yes, sir. All right. So my thoughts on eBay and Ryan Cohen and GameStop. I would like to see Ryan Cohen get GameStop. I don't know if he will or not. A lot of people are taking it as a, it's a given. It's going to happen. I hope it happens. We'll find out. Let's see what happens.
I'm going to say both.
Huh?
I'm going to say both. I want to see it happen. You're talking about GameStop acquiring eBay, right?
Yeah, but so I don't know if it happens. I hope it happens. But more importantly, I think people are looking at the acquisition through a lens of rainbow and unicorns.
Right.
And there are 3 distinct ways that this plays out. Let's just say it ends up being 50% stock, 50% cash. And Ryan Cohen's got to dilute 800 million or 1.2 billion shares, whatever it is, to get the shares. He owns 9.8% of eBay, so you don't got to worry about that. And he's got a loan from TD Bank that is contingent on him getting. A lot of people are acting like Ryan Cohen could just go get that $20 billion today because of his good name. It's not. That is not factual. The $20 billion is contingent on eBay. It doesn't just come for free. You can't just count it into the valuation of GameStop right now. It's not like he's got a get out of jail card free $20 billion. If he gets a deal with the eBay, then he can get the $20 billion. That's it. And it has to be investment grade. And maybe he will. But the point that I want to make is let's just assume that he gets it for half cash, half stock at 125. Let's just basic assumption. There are 3 possible outcomes. The market values the combined entities at the current market caps combined. That's one outcome, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could value the companies at a premium if they think there's high synergies, or in my best guess, they will value the combined companies, what I call NewCo, at a discount. Why? Because Ryan is paying a premium for eBay. He's highly levering up the company with $20 billion in additional debt. And although we might believe in Ryan, we're a small subset of the market, a forgettable subset of the market. The market is going to weigh in with what they think, Mike. And if they think that there's risk because of leverage, debt, and execution, like Ryan's got to show that he can go in there and fix eBay and remove cost, they're going to, at least in the short term initially, probably penalize NewCo in the terms of the valuation that they give the combined entity. So what does that mean for GameStop investors today? Look, there's people promising you're going to get as soon as the deal signed, you're going to have your shares revalued to 50 or $60. I don't know that that's the case. That's not
I
in
don't
my
think it's the case.
that's not in my analysis. I'm thinking we'll be lucky to come out even. There's a chance you could come out a little bit lower.
I want to touch on these really quick. Sparky Butcher, I think that's how it is. 8717. Does PSA still have credibility in its card rating if GME buys them and maybe benefits from higher ratings? When it comes to PSA, because I actually just buy graded cards. I used to send a lot of cards in grading. I traded sports cards for a lot of years, all the way from the 90s to the 2000s and so forth. PSA is by far the number one rated um, card. If it's PSA 10 or if it's BGS 10, you're going to want to go the PSA route. So PSA has, the highest credibility. If GameStop acquires PSA, does that change? No, I don't think nothing changes. But down at the bottom is a Helix. It says, let me ask this. Do you see a world where if he gets eBay, then Ryan rebrands the GameStop stores eBay? I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that happens because GameStop is the name. eBay is also a big name, but I think he wants to know as GameStop could be worldwide all over the place. That's just my opinion. I'm not behind closed doors. I don't know what he's thinking. Who knows? He could call it something else. I have no idea.
I
But
think
I don't think he would want to get rid of the GameStop name at all.
Yeah, I don't know what he. I mean, that's a great question, Hallie. I haven't even put much thought into thinking about that. A lot of uh, there's a lot of value to the eBay name. Maybe he keeps them both. Maybe he combines them somehow. Maybe he. Uh, can you imagine eBay website being rebranded GameStop? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly have not thought about that much. Let's get the deal done first. Ryan will decide
Yes.
what's best.
Let's get
So
it down to $15 so I can buy in.
yeah, I just want to say I think that the promoter types on social media, be it X or YouTube, they're looking at all of this through a very biased, one-sided rainbow and unicorn type lens, which I don't think is helpful because if you're a rational investor, you're looking at all of the risks. You're properly analyzing things. Nothing is given, nothing is certain. The market, you already know the market is against this deal. Does anybody disagree with that? That the market is against Ryan Cohen? They're not going to necessarily line up and give you a premium price on this combined entity. In fact, the discounted value is a more likely outcome, in my opinion. So I just say that not to sway how you trade the stock, so you can understand why I'm being really careful about what price I buy the stock at. Because if I'm buying at 24, 25, 28, and then Nuco, he gets eBay and Nuco is valued at a discount, all of a sudden I bought at 28 and now it's repriced to 21, stepped up to whatever, the new combined market cap is, I would be a little bit pissed. So
He says PSA is the number one brand, but they still have inconsistencies because they still rely on a human eye for grading. If they invest in AI like tag grading, then you see more consistency. That is a great point. Sometimes people like just get their cards slabbed up because it just, whether it's a PSA 9 or 10, they just want them slabbed up. If you get in the one-on-ones or the super fractors, that's one thing. If they move to AI, that would be great. I think the one of the things that they had when you're able to take your cards into GameStop and have them graded, and the grading would come back not favorable, then they offer you to buy the cards. People are speculating that they're getting those cards, those PSA 8s and 9s, and sending them back in and getting them PSA 10s and try to resell them, back on the website. Is there any truth to that? A lot of people said there was. I never had myself graded through GameStop. I always went through PSA itself. There's a card shop out where I live here in Southern California that I actually go to, and they're legit PSA, and so they do it as a shop as a whole, and the turnaround's pretty quick. And so there's a lot of things. There's a lot of shady side to it. I've gotten cards that are PSA 10s, which I know shouldn't be 10s, but I'm not going to give back a 10. They should have been a PSA 9. So it's, I received on both sides, and for the greater good, I had most of my stuff graded before all this stuff started happening. So I've got many great grades for a lot of cards numbered through 5 through 10, and even 25, the gold cards. So autographs. I'm sticking with that. But have I got anything graded lately? No, because the backlog for PSA, as well as all the stuff that's been going on, I'm waiting till everything calms down. The price has gotten outrageous and ridiculous, and the backlog is insane. So I don't know much about Tag. I've seen their cards. I do have a couple of Pokemon cards that were graded by Tag that I gotten in purchase for trade and so forth. But I have not put any thought into the the whole Tag thing. But I like the way Tag looks. It does look good in the slab though. Just the way how they present their stuff.
eBay's doing fine, Mike, on their price appreciation.
Mhm.
Since the beginning of this year, it was trading at 78 bucks. After Ryan Cohen kind of announced this thing, it went up to 119. It's trading at 115 right now. I see a lot of very one-sided, negative, very horrible analysis of eBay, the company and their fundamentals and financials. People hone in on things, misinterpret them because they're not really trained in finance or accounting, get it wrong. They're trying to drive a narrative, and so they purposely get it wrong, and then they skip over the things that actually would explain the answers to the questions they have. I'll get into some of that more in a video this week, how to properly analyze eBay. eBay, the company, is it stellar? No. Is it doing fine? Yes, it's doing fine. And you can see that just in the stock price.
I think eBay is one of those ships where, like say boat, it stands for break out another thousand. I think eBay is one of those companies where there's a lot of cracks, there's a lot of holes in it that need to be fixed up and tightened up. And just like the way Elon when he bought X or when he bought Twitter and turned it into
That's
X.
exactly the example it keeps coming to mind
Yeah,
for
and
me
what he did,
also.
yeah, he cut out, 70% of the staff or however it was, some crazy amount, and it still runs sufficiently. So I think he could do the exact same thing with eBay. He cut off all the fat and leave nothing but just the bones and meat and run it like that.
In
It's a
my
great tech,
real
great idea.
career, Mike, I don't know if you know this, I was an engineering manager at a tech company, Fortune 100, for 15 years.
Mhm.
And, that company ended up becoming one of the largest in the world. I started at it when it was a startup, and I watched a company go from very lean to very bloated, where things
Yes.
couldn't get done. And I was there when new management was brought in to be the hatchet man and cut out everything. And you know what? The company did just fine.
Hmm.
It was very scary. A lot of people lost their jobs. Whole departments got canceled, but the company went on to do phenomenally, and really tightened the belt. And that kind of bloat happens. People just get complacent, and I think that is kind of where eBay is at right now. They're doing okay, but they're very complacent. Management doesn't really seem incentivized to do much other than collect a paycheck and
They're
make sure
actually
that shareholders are
incentivized.
happy. But
Yeah,
that rope is going to run out from what I'm looking at on the financials. You can't do nothing forever. You got to do something at some point. And
management is incentivized to keep the ship moving, keep
Right.
collecting checks and the bonuses. When Ryan comes in, he's gonna whack all that. That's gonna be gone. So right here, active rehab mobility is actually a funny name. He said in multiple interviews that he can double the profits for eBay immediately based off cutting costs alone. Um, Double the profits, I don't know, but increase the
Half,
profits, I think
what
guaranteed.
is it, like half their revenue is going to
Yeah, management or some shit like
get
that.
to expenses right now? That seems really high. Like Ryan Cohen said, for a company with no inventory, that's mostly a digital company, spending half of your revenue on expenses does seem a little bit high. But
A little bit's a lot of bit high, man.
I know I'm trying to be nice until I do my actual video.
That's okay.
So that's why I said I think there's a lot of defenders of eBay. Oh, what don't you like about it? They're doing fine. Look, I agree with you. They're doing fine, but I also am going to put a stake in the ground that says they could do a lot better, and I think Ryan Cohen could be the agent of change. And then they'll say, I've already been having these conversations. The Bears. Well, why does it have to be Ryan Cohen? It doesn't have to be Ryan Cohen. But it's certainly not management right now. They ain't doing shit. They're not doing anything to be agents of change. They're doing just enough. So whether it's Ryan Cohen or a private equity firm comes in, they're really good at cutting shit. Someone needs to come in there and shake things up, in
I'm
my
very
opinion.
I'm very intimate with the company. I can't say or elaborate any more on that. But what I can say is that the everybody's been living high on the hog in
Yep.
all aspects of this company, and all of a sudden they start trimming the fat everywhere. It's not by accident that they're cutting departments, trimming the fat everywhere, but the executives and the directors, the CEOs, COOs, CFOs, they're all getting record bonuses. It's disgusting, man.
Yep. I'll go over more of that in a video later this week. I was hoping to have it done yesterday, and then AMC had their credit rating upgrade, and I got distracted. And then today, the baby was a handful today. So, but I did get some of the parts analysis done. So let's put that up on the screen before it gets too late. I still
Cool.
have not eaten dinner yet, and my wife
going to
is
Cava?
home. Huh? Am I
going
going
to
to Cava? No. I have food here. Here is the sum of the parts. Now, Mike, I did this a year ago.
Okay.
And you see that 26.26. I'm going to explain to you where that comes from. A year ago when I did this, it was around $18, Mike. So I just want to tell you guys, as conditions have improved, the spreadsheet shows that the implied share price based on some of the parts, and this is where a lot of people that are analyzing the value of GameStop, Mike, I'm going to break it down what I think they're missing. And guys, it's okay if you disagree with me. We will find out. We'll all find out together who is more correct. Maybe it's not me. I'm not saying I'm the final word on this. I'm giving you my analysis and why I'm willing to buy at $21. So keep that in
Shout out to
mind.
Anya. Cava.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that GameStop couldn't go to 30 or 40 or 50. It could go to whatever if Roaring Kitty shows up.
To
I'm
2
going to
trillion.
break down to you why I came to this today $26 price. That's what we're going to go through. What does Anya say? Yes to Cava. All right.
Tony, you don't know. Change your life, bro.
I will go try it. I'll try and do it this weekend, Mike, right before we head over to a movie. Bitcoin price I have factored into the spreadsheet. GameStop current price and eBay current price. All of these are inputs to the spreadsheet, as well as the current shares outstanding of GameStop. I have built into the formulas in here how much shares of eBay that GameStop owns. For example, if you look right here, this 5,003, you can see the price of GME. It's pulling the current price. It pulls it automatically. But let's just say I made it 125. You'll watch that gray box over there on the right for eBay shares. That changes automatically. So this price updates depending on the price of what eBay is. All right. This is not a dumb spreadsheet. It's an active spreadsheet. As things change, it automatically updates itself. Here's where I think people are going wrong, Mike. They're looking at the net income of GameStop, including income from derivatives that is not realized, income from potential shares of eBay that is not going to be realized, interest income. They're looking at all of that and saying, take that net income and slap a multiple of 25 on it, and Bob's your uncle. You got a $50 price value. I'm just trying to analyze this like a Wall Street analyst would, and that is not what they're doing. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, the price is at $21. Now, you see people on YouTube, social media, scratching their heads. Explain to me why GameStop is valued at $21. Okay. Pay attention. Get your notebook out. I'm going to explain it to you why. Because you're looking at net income of the entire income statement, and you're applying a multiple to that, and Wall Street is not doing that. They are doing more of a sum of the parts analysis. So if you want to apply a multiple to something, you're going to apply that to the core business, the actual operations. And Ryan gave us a very good piece of the puzzle. He said that the forecasted EBITDA is 600 million. So I'm using that, and I'm applying a PE ratio. I said on my tweet last week between 10 and 12. So let's just take 11. But if you want to say 15, you can watch. I put in 15. Watch the number on the right in blue change. and the price down below change, right? If you want to change the PE ratio, you could do that with this. I'm trying to be conservative because I want to believe that the price I'm paying is reasonable, even in a worst case scenario. All right, stick with me. I'm modeling a very low bar situation, admittedly, because I'm purposely trying to be conservative so that even if I fuck up and the price goes down, what do I really think? Worst case that the company is worth today? I think it's probably worth 26 bucks. It could be worth more if you want to say the PE ratio of the core operations, because they're going to be so fantastic in the next year, should be 15 or should be 20. All right. We'll find out. But right now, the market is not valuing at that. It's valuing it at about this. So this is the value of our core operations with a PE of 11, which is aggressive maybe for specialty brick and mortar retail, but that's what I'm going with. 600 million EBITDA, which takes out interest. Then we add back in the other parts, the value of the eBay shares. I told you how that adjusts in this spreadsheet every minute of the day when the trading is open, it adjusts by what is the value of those shares, not what is going to be the unrealized gain on the net income statement. That's not what I'm looking at. What is the value of those shares? I'm looking at the value of the Bitcoin. I'm
Where did
looking
they
at
buy Bitcoin at? Was it 80,000 or was it higher than that?
It was 100 and something.
That's
They've
what they bought
lost.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, they're down considerably on their Bitcoin.
Damn.
They spent $500,000, Mike, and it's worth about 300 million right now.
Okay.
$500 million, sorry, it's worth about 300 million. I'm valuing the cash on the balance sheet. This is my best math, figuring out what Ryan spent to buy the eBay shares. I'm figuring roughly, look, if you got a better number on this, if my math is wrong, let me know. Figuring roughly they have about 3 billion of cash left on the balance sheet. And marketable securities. All right. We can't forget that. That's another almost $1 billion. So this is what we do. We take the value of these, we take the multiple of the core operations, and then we subtract the debt, and then we divide it by the number of shares outstanding. That is how you get to $26, 26.26, which is saying that GameStop is currently undervalued by about 17%. In my opinion, a very conservative valuation. And again, if you are a bear and you think that I'm missing something here, I've already ran this by people way smarter than me, and they said it looks okay. There's risk here. Let's talk about the risk. eBay shares could drop below Ryan's cost basis. Got it. Bitcoin could go down. Got it. Retail business, the trading cards, volume and revenue might drop, margins might drop. Got it. Those are all risks. I understand them. That's why I'm purposely trying to be conservative in my forecast and where I'm willing to buy the stock. I think that there is upside beyond this if the business continues to book quarters like the one they just finished or better, then maybe we bump up this PE ratio.
So do you think
right?
GameStop is a buy right now?
I think it's a buy right now. However, Mike, we just had that conversation about the risk to current shareholders if the market takes Nuco, if GameStop gets eBay and the market applies a discount to Nuco because of the risk of highly leveraged, bought it at a premium. Now you've got a couple years of execution risk that Ryan's going to need to check the boxes and deliver results. If the market decides, again, it doesn't matter what us as shareholders decide. What is the market going to decide? And they hate Ryan Cohen. So I'm leaning to they're probably going to market it at a discount. Mm-hmm. That provides some downside risk that is not accounted for here, Mike. This $26 does not take that risk into account. Okay.
So right now, with the price being at 21 and some change, you add some more risk to that. You think it's safe to say that it could possibly get to maybe 19 to $18, or let's say break $20. Let's call it like 19.50, between the 19 and $20 mark. You think that's a possibility in the near
Uh,
future?
I don't really have a price target under $20, Mike.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's impossible,
Right.
but if the market crashes, yes,
Right. Yeah.
you could see your price easily. GameStop is not going to be saved if the market crashes. It's going to go down just like everything else. That's another fantasy that people put out there. GameStop will go down if the market crashes. There's no two ways about it.
You know, today when the market was bleeding off and AMC was still holding tight, and then towards the end of closing of trading, AMC started to push up to that, was at 273, 74, 75. I was actually on the chat. I was on the call, and I jokingly said the reason why it's holding up because of negative beta. It was pretty funny, man. It's just
People are still living in the 2021 DD, Mike, and they can't break free. Guys, you got to break free if you want to have optimal outcomes.
if you don't understand the joke, then yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
That's some horrible DD. I know there's still people that believe in it, Mike. So I don't see a lot of questions on this, so maybe I explained it clearly. I'm leaving it up on the screen so you can take a screenshot and run your own analysis off of my numbers. That's not going to hurt my
You know
feelings.
nobody's gonna do that shit, man.
Huh?
People are lazy. Nobody's gonna run their own analysis. It's too lazy.
Again, if you're just joining in, I'm not saying I'm the final word. I'm sharing with you my due diligence of what I think GameStop is worth today, not factoring in the risk of them getting eBay and then the market discounting that. I'm not factoring that in. Just looking at the assets they have in their core operations. I feel comfortable buying GameStop at $21. Does it mean that it won't go below $21? I don't know what's going to happen.
You may not be the final word, but you are the #1 GameStop YouTube channel on YouTube today.
Thank you for I am the #1 GameStop YouTube channel out there for accurate, factual, non-biased, non-emotional, non-hate due diligence. So thank you for that award. All of those of you that voted for that, much appreciated. It's a feather in our cap. And Mike, I'm proud to have you on as the first guest now that we have that award hanging on the shelf.
Nice. Thanks for having me on, man. It's a pleasure.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Coming from me later this week, tomorrow we've got earnings for Marcus Corp and Cinemark, so check out those lives if you're interested in that. I'll provide a brief update between now and Sunday on the Highcroft earnings that just came out. It's low on my totem pole because they're a ways away from
you also
actually
have Apple
mining.
And, Amazon tomorrow too.
Amazon's tomorrow too.
Amazon and Apple's tomorrow in the after hours. Along with Cinecorp is it pre-market or aftermarket, post-market?
I don't know, but that'll be one to watch.
Cinecorp.
I saw today was a bad day for some of these tech companies. The other thing that'll be coming for me, time permitting, baby permitting, is that eBay analysis, because I just really, it makes me sick to my stomach to see people do analysis and tell half the story. Look, I'm not saying I'm a fan of eBay. I'm not going to defend them. I'm going to give you a non-biased assessment of their financials. What are they doing good? Where are they delivering shareholder value? They're definitely delivering shareholder value, but at what cost? That's really what we need to
I have a question before we go, Tony. I have one question for you.
Yeah.
AMC, does it break $3 by Friday market close, or does it break $3?
I'm telling the folks in my Discord, Mike, I am positioned for that it breaks $3 this week or next week after the Spider-Man results.
Yeah,
that's how my trades are positioned. I've got shares, and I've got August $3 calls, which is a little risky for me because if you know me, over the past 3 months, I've been buying $1.50 calls. So $3 is kind of winging it, but I think that the Spider-Man news is going to be good, and I think that AMC's got this standstill agreement where they can't dilute until about August 8th. So we got a small window here, and I probably want to be out of those call options before August 8th.
Yeah, which would be the 7th, right? Was that next Friday?
7th, yeah.
So
7th is Friday, right?
And for everybody that don't know, I have those $3 821 calls. I think I have 300 and something. I'm not too sure. It's over 300, I believe. I have about 100 and something of the 250 strikes for 821. Then September, I think I have 260 calls for September at the $3 strike price, which it's killing it right now. So I'm looking for $3 by next week as well. Hopefully we hit that mark and we can make a whole bunch of money and we go buy some hats and you can eat some kava.
Let me see how I'm doing on my trades, Mike. I saw you posted yours in the Discord earlier. Let me just see. I know yesterday I was up like 40% on the call options, but
can you post my picture in the Discord of the one I sent or no?
Not on this live stream right now.
All right, cool.
51.72% is my current up on the August $3 calls. Like I said, I want to be out of those. I want to be out of those by next week, because Theta is going to start kicking in hard, but I'm hoping that we get a little bump with Spider-Man.
You said bump reminds me of cocaine.
Yeah, I know. AMC, I'm up 21.24%. My current cost average is $2.26. So I'm on swing number 3.
Nice.
So, and every swing since the end of March has been fantastic, and we're going to come out fine on this one. There's no bad news that I am forecasting for AMC.
Agree.
It's just a matter of how good can the good news be, and it's much harder, as you know, Mike, to forecast what is the upside, because we're kind of at the whims of the market and when the big dogs want to sell. So it's harder to forecast the upside. But bro, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we,
if we hit $4 by next week.
I mean, I wouldn't say with a little FOMO. I wouldn't say that $4 is out of reason. And there's even one analyst that has a $4 price target. So I think you could have a defendable position to say there's an analyst saying $4. So who's to say that it won't run to $4?
I don't even want it because of my position right now of my options. I would love to hit $4. Having
these
low strikes
in
my options.
I'm so far ahead in the trade, Mike, that I'm just letting this August thing go until next week, unless we hit $4 by Friday. I honestly don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. All I tell in the Discord is, here's what I hope. Here's what I'm positioned for. Let's see what happens.
Let's get to 3 first.
Let's get to 3 first. Yeah, I'm not promoting any price targets. I don't do that. I can tell you with reasonable certainty where things will go to on the downside, because you can figure out a valuation, or you can look at filings and see what the company's agreed to with lenders. That's easier work to do. But figuring out the upside, when you have FOMO, when you have huge box office, and those can provide some upside catalysts. And then at the same time, you've got these damn Pentwater and Discovery and whoever bought 91 million shares a few weeks ago. I'm worried about them being a weight into any upward momentum. That's my personal bias. Like I'm not in favor of these hedge funds owning 200 million shares of our stock, because I view them negatively. That's my bias. A lot of people view them positively. They're along for the ride. Everybody's got a different opinion. Mine might be right. It might not. We'll all find out together. I'd love to see the price run up.
Let's make that happen. All right.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to play the music video on the way out the door here. Thank you for your time, Mike. Hope you guys got some value out of this. Feel free to ask questions. If I got something wrong, I'm not a CPA or a CFA yet. So if you see something I got wrong,
look up Owning the Float.
Yeah. if I got something wrong, go complain to Owning the Float. I'm just teasing.
God bless you.
Send me your comments.
God bless. Take care, man.
Thank you, Mike. Take care.
All right. Late.
We don't question Ryan. Gamestop investors. Lock in. We don't. Rockin'. Wake up, check the chart, might be bleeding red. but those warrants are dead ahead. Our CEO Ryan, he's a smart man. Trust in him, he's got a plan. Don't call us fanboys, that's an insult. It's an echo chamber, bros, proud to be a cult. I'm Gamestop with Gamestop, are you? 2 trillion market cap in a year or two. 2 trillion. Are you understanding yet? 2 trillion. Come on, let's make a bet. 2 trillion. Yes, it's now in play. Did you forget? We own eBay. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We trust our CEO. Yes, Ryan. You know he works for free. That's right. He takes no salary. Lock in. Diamond hands never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell. That's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the edges bleed. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. 5 years later and the thesis still holds. Ignore the dilution, ignore what the price told. $20 billion headed our way. Half cash, half stock, yeah, we own eBay. Your question, Ryan? It's a paid hit piece. It's on the website, in the press release. Power to the player, stickers on the wall. I'm Gamestop, with Gamestop, hit the battle call. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys, we trust our CEO. You have to be all in, or you've already lost by your share every day, no matter what the cost. Lock in. Diamond hands never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell, that's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the hedges bleed. Ooh. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. We don't question Ryan. Ryan has a plan. $32 warrants. This is how you win wars. I'm Gamestop. We're Gamestop. Are you? If you have to ask, you're not. Lock in. Lock in. Lock, 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 lock in. Criminals never let go. Down another dollar, we still know. The plan's just a day away. That's right, we own eBay. You were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We trust our CEO. All in. Gamestop, can't stop. Won't stop. 2 trillion. Ryan has a plan.